We all know there's one day a year where millions of pancakes are consumed nationwide, Shrove Tuesday. So let's see just how easy it is to whip them up in this fantastic kitchen we have here today. Now the first thing I'm going to do is actually take a bit of chocolate here. That's in the saucepan. I'm going to turn the hob on and set that to number 1, which is the lowest temperature. And that will gently melt the chocolate until it's a lovely liquid, and we'll drizzle that over the pancakes at the end. The next thing I'm going to do is take my 2 pancake pans here and set both of those onto number 3 just to start warming them up. Next thing, let's make our pancake batter. We're going to make English pancakes first, and the ingredients for that are milk and water. Got a couple of free-range eggs here. Need a little bit of salt, which I'll get from my drawer here. Little twist of salt into there. Love that drawer with its soft close, fantastic. And then a little bit of plain flour that I've sifted, so do make sure you do that. Lid goes on, and all we're going to do, turn the power on and give it a blitz on a fairly low speed. And that's looking absolutely spot on. The next thing we need to do is get a bit of vegetable oil for our pans. So I'm going to come into this is the space towel cupboard. So a bit of vegetable oil goes into this little dish here. Take our oil and just brush a little bit of that all around the pancake pan. So we'll slide that up to say number 6 on both of those. So our batter's done. So let's just pour it into this glass jug so you can see it. And that's perfect consistency there. Now I do want to show you a really amazing bit of kit. It's a cling film dispenser, which is just brilliant. Take a look at this. If I just pull this along here and then use this little guillotine, I've now got the perfect amount of cling film, but this is the really cool bit. That simply goes back in there and you roll that down for the next time. Now I'm quite happy to cling film the batter, and I'll leave it in the fridge for 4 or 5 hours before I use it, no problem at all. But we're ready to go now. So our pans have warmed up, so I'm going to take my pan here and I'm going to pour the batter on one side of the pan first and then swirl it around as quickly as I can so it covers the base of the pan. So here we go. There we are. And just roll that around like this. Now if you don't put enough on, that's okay. Just add a little bit more. When I make pancakes, I tend to make 20 or 30 at a time, so I'm going to show you a way how to keep them warm really easily. I need some steaming hot water in this saucepan, so I'm going to go over to my abode tap here. So we only need 1 inch or so of water in the bottom. So we put our saucepan with our steaming hot water back on the hob, set that to a low temperature, in this case number 3. We'll pop our ceramic plate on the saucepan, and then we can stack our pancakes on top of the plate. And when they're all finished, we'll put some foil over the top to keep them warm. Let's have a look at our pancakes. If I come over to this one, I've got now a lovely colour on that. So I just flip it with my spatula. Let's have a little look at this one. Flip that over, and as you can see here, I'll show you, that's got a really, really lovely colour on that. That's what you're looking for. They only need 30 seconds on this side because they're pretty much cooked through already. So have a little look. That's looking good there. And all you need to do is slide those onto the plate here. Then we repeat the process. So there's our last pancake done, and we'll just slide that along with all the others. Get a bit of foil from our foil dispenser here back in the drawer. We'll pull the foil across, use our little guillotine there, and we've got a perfectly cut bit of foil with absolutely no waste. So next we're going to do some American pancakes. For American pancakes I need a frying pan. So into my lovely big drawer here, take the frying pan out, we'll pop that onto the hob, and we'll just set that on a low heat at the moment just to start gently warming up. The batter for American pancake is milk, a little touch of salt, an egg, caster sugar here. There we go. So in goes the flour, which has been sieved. And then finally, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and that's the raising agent to give it that fluffy texture. Pop the lid on, and we'll give that a little blitz on a fairly low speed. And what you will have to do initially is take your spatula and just bring everything down the sides of the jug. There's one final thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to melt some butter in the microwave, and we're going to add that to the batter. So I've got some butter here. I'm going to come over to my microwave. I want to do this on a lower microwave power. Click to microwave, and there are a whole range of microwave functions that you can use. And I'm going to set this one to 200 watts and just press start. And this way I can make sure that I melt the butter gently because I don't want to burn it. Okay, so here's our gently melted butter, and that just goes into the batter there. So lid back on. My batter's ready now, so I'm going to turn my frying pan onto more of a medium heat, just to get the temperature up a little bit. And then all we're going to do is take our batter, and very carefully and quite slowly we're going to pour it in to the pan. And we just want to make sure that it doesn't spread out too far before it starts to set. And then we'll just repeat the process. Now, if they're not perfectly round, don't worry about it, they're still going to taste delicious. And now we just wait and let the crust form on the underside. And what we're looking for is we're looking for little bubbles to start appearing in the top, and that's what will tell you when they're ready to flip. Now, at this stage, we're going to drop a few blueberries into the batter and push them down. This is before it sets. You don't have to do this, this is optional. It's just a nice little extra treat on the pancakes. And I've got a nice colour there, so now is the time to flip them over. And that looks fantastic. And on the last side, you only need a minute or so just to cook this side, and that'll also let those little blueberries burst open, and that will be absolutely delicious. And then all we do is repeat the process until we've used all the batter. We'll keep them warm in the oven, and then we'll serve them all at once. So there we go, English and American pancakes all at the same time.